Have you ever noticed that you are no longer truly living, but constantly observing yourself through the eyes of others? It starts as a subtle, creeping sensation in the back of your mind. You think carefully before you speak, not to be wise, but to be liked. You adjust your emotions, pruning away the raw parts to make yourself consumable. You weigh every choice against a scale of public approval that doesn't actually exist. But ask yourself, who are you at the exact moment your phone battery dies and the screen goes black? In that sudden darkness, when the blue light fades, your own reflection stares back at you from the glass. Is that the person you've spent all day carefully presenting to the world? Or is it a stranger you haven't had a real conversation with in years? We have entered a terrifying era where existence only feels valid when it is witnessed. Carl Jung spoke of the persona, the social mask we wear to navigate the world. But today, the mask has grown so heavy and complex that it has begun to fuse with our actual skin. We are no longer living our lives, we are curating an exhibit of our lives. Before you even taste your coffee, you are already thinking about how to frame it. Before you feel the warmth of a sunset, you are scrambling to find the filter that captures its essence. You have become a ghost haunting your own experiences. You ask, how will this look? Instead of asking, what does this mean to me? This is the origin of modern alienation, the feeling that your life belongs to everyone but you. We use likes as a cheap currency to bribe our souls into staying quiet. We seek the admiration of strangers to compensate for the fact that we no longer respect ourselves. But there is a devastating hidden cost to maintaining this digital monument. It is a state of permanent psychological exhaustion. You aren't tired because you're busy, you're tired because you are performing a role you didn't write. Jung warned that when you feed the persona, the true self begins to starve in the shadows. You lose your inner axis, that steady point within that tells you what is true. Your worth now rises and falls with the erratic heartbeat of an algorithm. You have handed the keys to your sanity to a crowd that will forget you in a single scroll. And because of this, you have developed a primal fear of the silence. You dread the quiet moments because in that void, a voice of the neglected self finally screams. It asks the questions you've spent thousands of hours trying to drown out. Is this all I am? A collection of pixels and performance? If the audience left tomorrow, would I still have a reason to wake up? To escape these questions, we inject ourselves with digital noise at every waking second. We scroll until our eyes ache just so we don't have to feel the weight of our own existence. But you cannot bypass the soul. You can only delay the confrontation. Real healing begins with the painful withdrawal of your energy from the external world. It starts by recognizing that solitude is not a punishment, but a rescue mission. Do not mistake connectivity for belonging. You have 10,000 friends, yet your soul is dying of thirst for a single honest touch. The deepest pain begins when you realize you have become disgusted by your own reality. Your real life, the messy rooms, the quiet failures, the unedited faces of your family, now feels wrong. When you hate what is thrumming with natural life, you have begun to hate your own humanity. This is the paralysis of the will, the inability to value anything that doesn't offer instant feedback. Why pursue a difficult craft or a deep, painful love when a screen can give you a fake version of both? You are selling your potential for the sake of a dopamine hit that lasts 5 seconds. Jung famously said, "There is no coming to consciousness without pain." But our culture has taught us to view pain as a technical error to be fixed with a swipe. The result is a generation of weightless people, floating in trends anchored to nothing. You fear the silence because it is too full of the truth you've betrayed. In that silence, you realize you've built a palace for others while your own spirit lives in the cellar. Look at the people you are trying to impress. If you disappeared tomorrow, they would replace your image on their feed in a heartbeat. You are sacrificing the people who truly love you for the sake of people who only consume you. This is not just a social habit, it is a slow-motion spiritual suicide. Every moment you spend acting is a moment you deny your soul the right to breathe. Can you feel that hollow ache in your chest getting wider every day? No amount of likes will fill it, they only make the hole deeper by reminding you of what's missing. It is time for a brutal, unblinking psychological surgery. You must dare to let your carefully crafted image shatter into 1,000 pieces. Let them see you fail. Let them see you plain. Let them see you struggling to find your way. Only when the shell of the persona breaks can the light of the self finally reach the surface. Stop searching for your reflection in the eyes of the crowd. Find it in the dirt, in the sweat, in the boredom, and in the useless things. Reconnect with the roughness of life, the things that cannot be polished or optimized. Touch the ground, sit in the rain, spend a day without telling a single person about it. The pain of being real is infinitely more fertile than the comfort of being perfect. When you accept that you do not need to be radiant, you discover a terrifying, beautiful freedom. You are no longer a slave to the machine. You are no longer a hostage to the comment section. You return to being a human, a creature with the sacred right to be sad, messy, and unknown. The things that will save your life are the things you can never post online. The way your heart beats when you finally forgive yourself. The profound stillness of a realization that changes your entire world. The secret victory of choosing the hard path when no one is there to applaud. Don't let your life be a series of disconnected, high-definition lies. Make it a unified inner epic where every scar is a map and every shadow is a teacher. Turning off the screen is not the end of the world. It is the beginning of the only world that matters. There is no script. There is no audience. There is only you and the great work of becoming yourself. Walk out into the air, breathe the unfiltered oxygen, and start again from the truth. You are not your stats. You are not your aesthetic. You are the life that has been waiting for you. It's time to come home.